Laura Ingraham, host of The Ingraham Angle, who probably went to sleep a few hours ago.
Yeah.
We watched your show last night. Great job. Thank you for being
here. This is like old home week.
I know. We missed you.
This is like fun to be back here.
People in the green room. It's like
it's like
2019 over.
This is awesome.
We could sign you up every Wednesday morning.
Well, it used to be Tuesdays. We're kind of off a little bit, but it's great to be here with you guys.
Well, Trump used to call in. We'll make it a phoner.
Right. It's not very nice of you, Brian.
Oh, that's very nice. So what do you make of Peter saying right now at this stage, rather than talk to the oil people, is just a bunch of angry letters?
5 major refineries have already shut down in the United States because investors, shockingly, actually want to make a profit, and they know long-term there's no long-term viability in this investment because of the ESG movement and all the green movement, both here and around the world. So, I mean, Biden's now taking like a teaspoon of water and throwing it on a fire and thinks, oh, that's going to work. It's not going to work. And he doesn't understand markets, or he does, but he doesn't want to really admit it. So this is all just smoke and mirrors signifying nothing.
What about the arrogance of saying to these oil companies, oh, I didn't know you were so sensitive. I didn't know I hurt your feelings. What kind of leadership is that?
But that's what they always do. You didn't build that, you know, the deplorables, and now, you know, the attacks on the oil and gas industry that they declared war on.
Right.
So this is what they decided. America was going to abandon our energy independence and all of our strength, and frankly, a lot of our sovereignty, because we had cheap energy for 400 years. Now they want to throw that away as China's building coal plants, coal-fired plants, and Europe is still relying on nuclear.
Germany's using coal again.
Yeah, well, of course they are, because of the Russia. So Russia's getting richer, China's getting richer. In the United States, average American family is getting poorer under Biden. That is a fact, which I think we have to remind everyone every day. Americans under Biden are getting poorer.
But, Laura, you know, if you want to save money on gas and petroleum products, you need to buy a $70,000 plug-in car.
Well, they admit it, right? This is part of the great transition, and it's going to be a little pain, but we have to continue down the road of vilifying oil executives. So the CEO of Chevron yesterday was right to come out. But I wish oil and gas would do a little bit more to, you know, discuss why oil and gas is important.
They're terrible
Stand up for it, but they're all afraid. Everyone's afraid of the shareholder suits and, you know, the angry shareholder-driven litigation that's facing them. So everyone's running scared. But the American people are the ones always end up suffering the most.
Yeah, or if they do speak out, like the Chevron CEO did, then you get that kind of comment from the president. What about the elections yesterday? Primaries in Virginia and some runoff elections. Republican women did really
Big deal. Yeah, I remember in 2013, I believe I was on this show the day after Eric Cantor lost to Dave Bratt, which was the 7th district, and I had a little something to do with that. That was a historic loss for the establishment GOP. Went through some, you know, changes with Spanberger, who claimed she was a moderate, but there were really no Democrat moderates, or maybe Manchin on occasion, but the moderates are kind of the thing of the past. So people aren't in the mood to lose. The Republicans want to nominate candidates who can win, and not just candidates who say, I'm MAGA. So that shorthand doesn't necessarily work.
So these candidates from the 2nd and 7th congressional districts in the Commonwealth of Virginia were both on our program earlier today and had this reaction about why they won. Watch.
It was an amazing night, and I'm so blessed to have been able to share it with my parents, who came to this country with nothing but have realized their American dream through hard work and dedication. The #1 priority of folks is to live in safe and secure communities, to know that their children are going to be safe playing outside. And unfortunately, you have a Democrat Party that has opened up the doors for crime skyrocketing in our community.
It was a great victory last night. We're super excited about it and excited to be a part of the team to help flip the U.S. House this fall. Voters are caring about things like the economy. They're caring about the gas prices that they can't afford. They're caring about grocery prices. That's what we hear at the doors. That's what we hear when we talk to people. Economy, economy, economy. And Joe Biden's disaster policies are on the ballot this year. And in the 2nd district, they go by the name of Elaine Luria.
Do you buy the fact that they say this is bigger than just the 2nd and 7th district? This is a bellwether?
I think the 2010 elections, remember with the Tea Party movement, we talked about that at the time. It's a huge wave election. I think it's going to be much bigger than that. Again, when you're getting poorer, your streets are getting less safe, the border's wide open, and we're in the middle of a proxy war that doesn't seem to be going the way we had hoped. Americans are starting to lose hope, and they want to turn it around. We want to be winners. We are winners. This is America. I mean, you can't get baby formula or peanut butter in some stores. How is that the United States of America? Do you have any peanut butter, by the way? I want to take it back to D.C. I'm going to go in
your... The rotisserie chicken at my grocery store in northern New Jersey is $12.99. The rotisserie chicken...
It was $8.99 before, right?
$4.99.
It was $4.99 a couple of
How
years
many
ago.
times a week do you eat the rotisserie chicken?
I mean,
Well, it all depends if we're in a hurry.
do you gnaw at it or do you actually cut it? Do you like rip it apart?
we don't
you bring
use
up
the
a
whole
good,
chicken.
You bring up a good point because it looks too much like it used to be alive.
Yeah,
I like
right?
to look chicken that's sliced
What do you
thin.
do?
Yeah.
I have no idea
you
what it
do?
was.
We kind of just rip it apart like wild dogs in
Right.
the house.
Yeah,
Like,
we
might
do
put it
too.
in the middle of the table and the kids just
So you don't
disappears.
care that it was once alive?
No, not at all. It's just,
Okay.
it
See,
tastes
it's a
good.
good
Just
little
shoot it.
snack.
It's
a good
injected
snack,
with a
though.
bunch of stuff that probably shouldn't be, but
Probably.
it's still pretty good. But
Right.
you know the cost of. See, you're a man of the people, Ducey. You always have been.
Right.
I love that.
I might have to just have rabbit. We
No,
just
no,
have
we
I
rabbit
never
used to
instead of
raise
chicken.
rabbits.
Is rabbit cheaper than, or is squirrel the cheapest?
Just go with
Squirrel is
venison.
free if you're costing it out.
Laura, you clerked for Justice Thomas.
Yes.
So what do you expect to happen with the Wavy Road? When will we find out?
Roe v. Wade. Well, look, you can never predict when the court's going to hand down an opinion, but at this point, you would imagine it's going to be the last day of the term, which I thought was this week, but perhaps it is next week. So we'll see.
They haven't told us.
No, and I think the protests at the justices' homes, that has to stop. That has to stop. It's dangerous. It's terrible for these little kids. I mean, they're at their schools. I mean, again, this is where the left is. The left is in terror mode. They're in intimidation mode. They're desperate. I don't think it's working. I think they're out of juice. I really do. They don't have any new ideas, and this is just one more example of.
What about the threatened a day of rage if it doesn't go their way?
We've had 18 months of rage
Right.
under Biden. Day of rage. We had the summer of love/rage in 2020, and we're still dealing with the repercussions from that. So, day of rage. I think they're going to see rage, and it's going to be at the polls in November. That's going to be the day of rage.
So A Day of Happiness is your series,
Oh, it's
Hidden
fun.
Gems.
Oh, yes.
So we have 2 clips to show. Anything we should know before we roll in the National Museum of Military Vehicles?
Imagine being so successful in business, also vilified because you're successful, right? That you can spend $120 million of your own money to honor our troops in American ingenuity in the middle of nowhere in Wyoming. Why would this man do this? That's the story.
Let's watch.
The National Museum of Military Vehicles tells the story of the courage, ingenuity, and the manufacturing prowess that propelled America since the Revolutionary War.
We had a lot of disadvantages. We weren't ready to enter into World War II. The reason we were able to win as quickly as we did without losing more American lives is because of the domination of American manufacturing.
That's fantastic. Because it's out there in big sky country, a lot of people haven't probably been there, so your show is great.
It's in Wyoming, and we had the chance to interview one of the last Iwo Jima vets, 98 years old, and he demanded to stand the entire, and I'm talking, it went on for, I think our interview ultimately was like 45 minutes, stood the entire time. I mean, chilling stories about the battle for Iwo Jima.
On a fun note, you have another one.
Yeah, Mardi Gras.
Yes. You know, if you've ever been to Mardi Gras, you guys,
Yes.
you guys have broadcast down there,
Yeah.
right? So when you see the floats, right, they go by and you're watching the parades, whether on the stands or on the ground. And there's such a kaleidoscope of colors and movement. And I decided, who the heck makes these floats? What family? So it's the Kern family. They've been doing this for decades and decades. And so that's another hidden gem.
Watch this.
Start working on next year's Mardi Gras.
Ash Wednesday, the day after Mardi Gras. All the props are taken off, all the floats are painted white, and then they start all over again with next year's theme.
But do they reuse only the original 7?
Everything else gets taken apart.
They look like royalty dressed in those costumes.
Well, that's the Rex. That's Rex, which is the very hoity-toity of all the crews in Mardi Gras. But it's so much fun, and is nothing like this in the country. Nothing like the community of New Orleans. People who live there, people from all different backgrounds come together. They eat, they party. There's an enormous amount of obviously religious significance to Mardi Gras as well. So it's an amazing story.
They have to live it up before Lent.
Exactly, and then the curtains come down, and the streets are cleaned,
Right.
and it's dark.
And their
period for 40
livers
days.
resolve.
Yeah.
Exactly, and you give up the rotisserie chicken for 40 days.
Right.
That's always
And of course, people
Only on
tossing
Fridays.
around beads too.
Exactly. I got hit in the face. Have you ever gotten hit in the face with a bead?
No.
It's not
No.
fun. No.
No.
And they're all made in China.
because
so, you know,
they're
it's like
thrown.
shards
Right.
in your
They're
face.
thrown at
Yeah,
you.
not good.
So check out.
There's a lot going on in that graphic there. I'm not
Right,
sure
yeah.
about
So
that.
much.
That looks
I
like
love it.
Disney World. I'm not sure
Right.
what that is, but it's kind of
Is
fun.
this the first time you've appeared with Louis Armstrong?
It is, and yes, and I don't know what that was, but that was
That is
from New
Louis
Orleans,
Armstrong.
obviously.
Yeah,
And
absolutely.
Brian-
Satchmo.
Exactly.
Once again, there's love in that logo.
Right.
We're saying we
That
don't
is
have
the
enough
theme.
love, so
you
we
brought a lot of love to the set, right? You brought about that theme.
Oh, my goodness.
Freedom Matters gear. Go get it.
Yeah, and we're giving Freedom Matters gear to all of you. All the proceeds this month go to the Honor Flight Network.
Oh, this one's
It's
pink.
very, very cool.
I love Honor
And
Flight.
Ainsley needs the pink for her.
Yeah.
Yeah, she won't wreck her
You
hair
change
with
it
that.
every month?
Every month is a
That's so
different
nice.
charity. I've decided I'm not doing one charity. You got to spread the love around, right?
Right.
So go to freedomatters, LauraIngraham.com. and get
Many
these great
Steve, is there
deals.
anything in Carly's size? Can you see?
Oh, Carly's a size extra, extra small.
I know. I know.
And I've always loved you, but now I love you even more.
And
my
Laura,
friend.
she eats donuts and cheeseburgers.
Oh,
and she's
I
a
truly
size
do
-0.
despise everything.
I
you
know,
represent.
right?
Just ruined a great relationship.
You ladies have nothing to worry about. Congratulations on the show, though.
Thank you so
What a
much,
great
Carly.
And
Great
we'll
to
be
see
watching
you.
tonight.
Thank you very much.
All
You're
right.
not used to all these people. You're just used to you and the camera.
Yeah,
Look at
exactly.
this. You
I love
can't
this.
handle
This
it.
is so much fun being
It's
with actual
overstimulation.
people.
It's amazing.
Great to see you.
All right.